Alright, kind of as a foreshadowing of some of the buildings that I'm going to be making. I just wanted to show, this is one of the buildings I made, obviously a roundhouse for the old layout that I'm probably most proud of. And this is kind of what the level of detail I like to get in the building. So I figure I'd just kind of show it, kind of whet your appetite for some of the buildings that may be coming. So, again, pardon my light. I do not have a great studio. I'll try to do this as well as possible. This is a 3-stall roundhouse. It's actually an MBZ kit of a European prototype that I used on my old Reading Railroad, and it's fully interior detailed. I added some LED spotlights here on the ledges. You know, I tried to Americanize it a little bit. Added the date plate on it, light over the door, and did some work on the roof. You can see it's kind of got some details on it. You know, being that I was modeling the kind of the end of the steam era, obviously it's had some repairs to the roof. And then I added a couple vents for the steam locomotives and other various vents and stuff along the kit. These were not included with the kit. There's some Grant line, again, for the steam locomotives, more work on the roof. I added the corrugated stuff here on the roof, a little bit of a tar line there. More stuff on that side, and I don't know how visible it's going to be, but the interior over here is detailed. It's kind of like a storeroom. Maybe if I turn the lights on, you'll be able to see. And then, of course, it's all been weathered. I added a little gas line there coming in the side. And it's all been detailed. The top windows there, you can see I added blinds to them. Figuring those were some office folks up top there. Oops. That big hole there in the side, what I had on the layout before, was out of the, pardon me here while I reconfigure the camcorder. Out of here, it went over to a smokestack. So that was like a pipe that went across there. And the way it's powered, it's got lights inside. I brought all the lights out through one to a little connector here, and I can have a little jumper. I can connect it to 12 volts. I'll show those in a second. And that's the one side of the building. And of course, I added as much as possible. Added the mortar and weathered it and detailed it and tried to make it look like a late steam era roundhouse. There's the back side. It's a nice kit. I mean, it's an expensive kit, but it is nice, and it's a lot of fun to build it. And this is what I really enjoy in the hobby. So just kind of, I know I'm kind of showing off, but I just wanted to. This is what I'd like to do for all the buildings that we're going to build for the new layout, most of which are going to be over there in Lake City. And as you can see over time, looks like my roof has come up, and I have to fix that a little bit, add some more adhesive in there. So that's the outside, and I left this back roof loose so I could pull it off. And then on the inside, you can see here, it's the incoming power for a bus for the interior lights, and that's all up above, so you normally don't see that if you're looking in the roundhouse doors. And then all the detailing that I put in it. I don't know how well it's going to show up without try to drop a little camera. I'm going to try to put the Sony in the front door and see how things might look, but it's all pretty much detailed in there with some guys working and some things going on down there. Of course, now it's not going to focus, but and it's all been painted. I painted everything down there. Lathes. That's a big wheel lathe over there. In fact, I had that lathe in there because I had the railroad was working on repairing cars in there. You know, since steam was on the way out, this one stall, the roundhouse, was used basically to bring wheel sets in and to repair wheels. It doesn't look all that great. It's kind of hard to really get in there. I should drop a little teeny camera in there, like a little tiny drone. I could fly around in there. I'll try in the front door, turn the lights on, and see You can see the details, but a lot of fun. Took a lot of time. But again, this is the one part of the hobby I really enjoy. So let me turn it around so we can get a view inside the doors. Okay, so the lights are on. And I still don't think we're going to be able to get a great view, because I can't get the camcorder inside the building. And I did try to get the little Sony guy in there. It might be a little bit better. Everything's detailed. Had a lot of fun doing that. A lot of time, obviously. A lot of time to paint everything and figure out what goes where. And I really don't know what goes inside a roundhouse. It was way before my era. I've never stepped foot inside a real steam era roundhouse. I just did the best I could, trying to make it look presentable. Let me turn the lights off and see if it works any better. Okay, there's the interior illumination just by itself. And again, I can't quite get in the way I would really like to show this off. It was mainly just meant that people looked in it on the side, you know, when it was on the layout, they'd be able to look in there and see some stuff going on, details. There's that lathe there at the back. And like I said, if I kind of come back here, there's the exterior spotlights that are on it to label, you know, the guys working outside to see what the heck's going on. I can't turn, I gotta be careful how I turn it because of the power connection now, but you can look in the windows there. No? That doesn't work too well. That's the overall. And the doors do operate, open and close manually. They don't fit all that great. I think over time they kind of got a little bit loose on the hinges, but they all do move as well. So just want to show that. Again, this is what we hope to get to, the level of detail that this is, because this is, like I said, this is one of the building structures like this is one of the funnest things I think on the layout. So now I don't know what I'm going to do with this roundhouse. Unfortunately, there's really no place for it on our layout. I thought about selling it, but first of all, I'm not sure anyone would really want to buy it. And if I did sell it, given the cost of the kit and all the time I put into it, I'm really not sure anyone would actually pay me what I really would want for it. But anyway, so I'll probably keep it. Maybe someday if Steve moves out, has a layout, he can use it. Or if we ever, heaven forbid, do something new on our layout or a different layout, or if we have to move, which if I do, I think I'll be insane, but I don't know. Anyway, so that's just a sample, how we like to do our structures, and what we're going to strive for on the new structures, either kit built, kit bashed, or scratch built on the new layout. Yeah, here's another little kit. This is just a Walther's Cornerstone kit. I think it's their office building. I worked on that a little bit, and you can see I did interior detail it, although when I took it off the layout, you can see I had to cut the wires a little bit close, so I'm going to have to work on that if I'm going to use it. But there's a floor in there. There's interior details for the office inside, and then the roof has been detailed. Added all kinds of different stuff to the roof because it's fun. It's what I really enjoy doing. And in fact, it's funny. I wrote a little article for a Model Railroad Hobbyist about how I did the roof, and the one comment was it's very unrealistic to have a ladder on the roof. And I just thought, really? Have you seen roofs? How? And anyway, I just thought it was interesting, the comment I got back. And there's the back side. I did change that. As you see, the cinder brick. What's a cinder brick? Cinder brick door there. That's been boarded up, and that's that light does work up there. And the interior, that unfortunately it's hard to see, but so that's one of the Walther's kits and little air conditioner there that I did. And then another one that I really had fun with. This is a Builders and Scale, maybe the CC Crow kit. It's their NP Northern Pacific Hotel that I liked, but I made it into obviously as you can see, a Reading Railroad Hotel. And the Reading there comes from Vector Cut. That's one of their letter sets that I cut out of there and painted it, and then it's kind of painted in the Reading standard colors. And the roof is actually not, it's a completely new roof. I wanted to put on like a metal type roof, like it was upgraded over the years. So the roof is totally new. And I added some stuff there for gutters, and there's downspouts. And it is all interior detail. I do have some photographs of in progress on this one, so I'll throw those up when I'm doing this to show the interior. And it is lit, and again there's the back porch. Little dude sitting there. And the kitchen is in here, it's detailed as well. And I added a antenna for the crews, because you figure they got to have some entertainment when they're laying over between runs. And then you can see the windows all have shades, not all, but different levels of shades and whatnot. So I really enjoy it. This is the one thing I really enjoy in the hobby, is building structures, detailing them, and detailing the layout in general. So that's one of my favorite kits that I made. And there's other roof vents that have been added and whatnot. This is going to be a incoming power there. It's kind of hard to see, but I was going to bring actual power lines into that, because I think that does run down on the back side here. Yeah, that comes down to the utility right there, the meter box there on the side. So that's that. I'll see if I can get this one lit up, because I do have the wire, so maybe I can light it up and we'll see what it looks like with the lights on it. Alright, so there it is with the interior lights on. They're not all on, because I figured some guys would be sleeping. And I'm not sure. I don't think I'm even going to be able to focus inside there. But again, you can see there's a pool table back there. Yeah, you really can't tell. And there's even, in that bedroom there's a guy sitting on the bed, getting ready to rack out from a run. But again, I have some pictures I can post up that I showed the interior of that. So that's one of the things I like to do, is get these interior detailed and lit up. So that is that. Alright, two houses I hope to use on the layout. These have been shown a little bit before. One, there's the farmhouse, and that's got a detailed, again the interior is detailed, and there's window blinds and all kinds of fun stuff, and a little mat and a broom there on the porch and some flowers. And this little house, which might actually go pretty good in Lake City, has got a little pooch there on the porch waiting to come in. Although my wife thought it was a penguin. I don't know why she thought that. And again, you can see I like to detail the sides there. It's kind of tough without good lights, but on that one there, I had an incoming power line, and it's run down to the electric box, and painted up. I forget exactly who made this. The farmhouse is American Model Builders. I don't recall exactly who makes this one, but again, these are all recognizable. I'm sure if you look at them, you'll recognize them, especially those that like to build kits. Although I did add, again, I added an antenna to this one, and that's, oops, that right there is for the incoming power. I was going to come in, and this is again detailed up. This has still got some of the scenery from when I cut it out of the old layout. But again, I really enjoy this part of the hobby, and I don't think we'll be able to get too visible inside unless I try to kill that light, because it is lit up. But yeah, it's just you just can't. This camcorder is not going to be able to see inside the windows, but again, I like to detail the interiors, and I try to take the kits and maybe modify them slightly, just so they're not exactly the same as the kit manufacturers had made them. So those are the houses. Actually, it kind of looks a little bit better without, huh? And like I said, this one here I'm going to hope to use in Lake City, and this farmhouse I really would like to use somewhere, because I just like the kit. You know, I put a lot of effort into making these. I might as well try to use them. Where I'm not sure, again, like for the Railroad Hotel, and this I might be able to use somewhere. I'm not sure, but unfortunately, all that stuff I built, like the roundhouse that I showed, I'm not going to be able to use that. So, all right, kits, structures. That one of the areas that truly do enjoy. And for this layout, a lot of the structures, or the ones that I'm going to use here, are going to have to be scratch built. Now, I haven't scratch built anything, but basically, you know, building these Craftsman kits, in effect, is scratch building with someone cutting the parts out for you and telling you how to put it together. So I think going through those, I got some experience working on them, building them, knowing, you know, how they go together, and then I should be able to scratch build the structures that I need for up in Lake City. At least I'm looking forward to it. I really want to try it, and so we'll go forward with that. And that just want to kind of just put this up as a little thought on structures video. And again, we might get one more update up. Not sure yet. Next week I'm going to be hitting the on-site job, so I'm going to be gone for quite a while. So just trying to get a couple videos here wrapped up before I hit the road.